What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. I do not see us. I'm real new to this. So can you guys see me? Can you guys see us? Uh, hmm, why is this not working?
Sunshine says she hears us.
Yeah, as you can hear us, you can't see anything, and I'm wondering why. My bad, y'all. I'm very new to this shit. Uh, Daniel, if you watching, bro, I'll let your boy. Uh, how does this? Hmm. Well, this ain't cool. She said, "Well, I don't need your help." Yeah, he does. He absolutely does. He's stuck right now.
There we go. Wait, I can't hear nothing. I can't hear.
Yeah, I was muted.
There you.
Okay, we good?
Yeah, you can hear me. All right.
Yeah, man. Can you hear me?
Yes,
I'm about to
sir.
I'm about to turd with this shit, bro. Ah I I'm not technical. I'm not technical when I fight. I'm not technical when I podcast, man. But I'm working on it.
How's
So
everything?
I'm good, man. King Madness, how are you, bro?
I'm
How you
good,
doing?
man. Good, real good. Taking it easy, man.
I feel you. I feel you. Um, what's going on in your world right now? What you got going on?
Uh, a lot, man. I was actually I moved from Connecticut down to Virginia, so I was down there for about a year and a half, and then I moved back to Connecticut out here. So I did a whole big transformation. So I'm getting back accustomed to everything, working a lot more. So just at it every day, typical
Yeah,
life, man. Nothing
I
stop.
feel you. I feel you. So, and we talked about this already, but the goal of this podcast, man, is I've noticed after we did that impact report, I noticed there's a lot of shit about fighters that people don't know. And
Yeah,
I got a lot of DMs after that talking about how they would like to know more. So I'm like, hey Daniel, why don't we see what we got, you know,
yeah,
why don't we see what we got and what we can do? So my big thing is I want to introduce fighters to some people that might not necessarily know things about specific fighters. And you, King Madness, are absolutely an OG. I mean, what's your record right now? What's your Street Beefs record?
Currently I'm 12-0. 12-0.
12-0, bro.
Yes,
That's a resume right there, homie. That is
yes.
an absolute resume.
It was a hustle, man. It was a hustle.
I
Uh,
feel you,
I know there's a couple people that's probably gonna be talking about that right there due to the.
man.
I ain't gonna
And
get into it. I'm not gonna
yep,
fast, but I'll let you run this show.
nah, hey, so don't worry, we gonna get into that.
Yeah,
So because 12-0, like I went through and watched almost every single one of your fights, and I say almost every single one because I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fights. I can
yeah.
only find
There's
10.
there's two of them. There's one that has gotten taken down due to
Hmm.
advertising. They haven't put it back up yet, and
Okay.
then there's one that's a pay-per-view fight, which was a rematch with Grisby.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't know. And whoever's subscribed with membership to Street Beefs, they can see those pay-per-view events right there.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. So again, I want everybody to get to know who King Madness is, bro. And by the way, if I say King Magnetic,
Is that?
that's my bad. You know who King Mag is?
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, so he's one of my favorite rappers. I listen to him all the time, but I've been saying King Magnetic all fucking week, bro. Every time I talk to Daniel, I'm gonna talk to King Mag today. You know what I mean? I've been fucking that shit up every time. But hey, and if y'all ain't peep King Magnetic, y'all better go check him out. He's dope.
Pull it
So
over a little bit.
yeah. So where are you from? Like, where? Let's start this. Where were you born? Where were you born at?
I was born in the Bronx, New
Mhm.
York. I was there for about a year and a half or so, and then my mom had gone over to Connecticut, and that's where I was raised. I was raised in Connecticut.
Okay, what part of Connecticut?
The 203 area, Bridgeport, Norwalk area, that general facility. Known all over, traveled all over the whole Connecticut. 860, shout out 860. But yeah, all over Connecticut, mainly in the Bridgeport, Fairfield County area.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Where who the fuck is King Magnetic? He's a rapper, bro. I always want to say King Mag. He's just a rapper. I listen to a bunch of his shit. So your mom's moved. You grew up with mom and dad in the household, or just your mom's?
Just moms, sisters.
Just moms.
I have a brother. He was in and out of jail at the time. But he was
older brother.
The brother, yeah.
Okay.
So, but he come around when he was out and stuff. But it was mainly me, mom, and my sister. So I was really raised by a bunch of women. So
ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's a whole different perspective.
Yeah.
How many siblings you got?
I have 2 sisters and 1 older brother, and I got cousins. Okay. But
look like you got a fan right there, bro.
Yeah, that's right there.
Yeah. So you say 2 sisters and an older brother?
Yeah, 2 sisters and an older brother. So, excuse me, I apologize. 3 sisters and an older brother. I'm sorry.
You sound like you got a beef fight with a sister right now, bro.
Let me tell you that story since we're here. So,
yeah.
My father basically was a deadbeat. Basically, trash. Left me, my mom, whatever. So, I had did some time in jail, whatever, and then I came out home, and then all of a sudden I get a message from my sister saying, you have a sister. And I was like, what? It was like, yeah, you have a younger sister. So I was like, this is crazy. So she sent me a picture. I was like, wow, she almost looks a little bit like me. So I went on Facebook looking for her. And I only had like a 8-month-old baby picture of her. And I went on Facebook and I found her. And I'm just comparing a grown woman to a baby picture. And
I can't imagine how hard that shit was.
It was crazy. So I reached out to her and I asked her, I was like, hey, by any chance, is your father such and such? And then just so happens I had a sister that I didn't know till I was about 32 years old.
Bro, let me ask you a question. How many people did you message before you saw her? Or did you nail it the first time?
It was just her, right on the
bro.
Yeah. My sister Jennifer,
dope, man. That's
love
impressive.
you. I seeing this. You know what I mean? So,
that's so dope. That's very impressive.
Crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So 3 sisters, 2 you grew up with, older brother you grew up with, Connecticut. When did you move to VA? When did you get out to VA?
I moved out to VA about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And I was just out there. I try to go do different, try to change, go to different environments, start over fresh. Things didn't work out for me out there. I had my kids still back out here in Connecticut, so it was more rough. It was real rough to come back and forth, traveling, seeing my kids and whatnot, and dealing with work issues and whatnot. So I thought it was just best for me to come back to Connecticut. It was wintertime anyway, so I said, you know what, let me come back to Connecticut, make this move now, and then I'll just travel back and forth from Connecticut to Virginia to go fight.
So that's kind of new. The VA move is fairly recent. Like, were you raised? You was raised in Connecticut, right?
When you guys see me fight my first fight, I actually just moved out to Virginia, not even 6
Okay.
months, 7 months. So
And your first fight was let's say what was it? I got about a year ago. Who's your
yeah,
first fight?
Lord Bestaban.
Lord bless. And
Man.
I think it says, doesn't it say samurai or something like that
Yeah,
online?
yeah. I think
Yeah.
he was shouting out his favorite YouTuber or something like
Yeah,
that.
man. I watched that fight. I watched
Yeah,
that fight. Now let me ask you
yeah.
a question.
Oh man, he's a monster, man. Let
He
me tell you,
is.
man.
I
When I
watched
first
that fight, man.
met Esteban, he was sitting down.
Hmm.
And so I went up to him. I said, "What's up?" This and that. But before I even knew, I came in. Scarface. The event was almost over. Everybody was almost gone. So Scarface was like, "Hey, what's up? What's your skill level?" I'm like, 6 months training. I'm a street fighter. I do what I do. I'm not the
Hmm.
best, but I get it in.
Ready to get it
So
on, yeah.
he comes back and he's like, "Okay, we're gonna put you against Lord Bestaban." And so deep down inside, it said, "Run, motherfucker, run."
Yeah. Yeah.
But my lips said, "All right, cool." I don't know why, but that's what it was.
Hmm. Okay.
So, yeah, man, he's a monster. So I met him. He was sitting down, and then when we came to touch gloves, I was like, "Holy shit!" Like he was huge. It was like he turned into Hulk, like instantly. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like that was a real good initiation for me. It got me really good in here, and it got me lined up with Scarface and all of them, and they enjoyed seeing me, and they wanted more of me. So they had me come out training with them, and from there I was hooked, man. I was loving it.
Yeah, man. They definitely got more of you. So, like I said, I watch your fights, and there's very clear improvement. I didn't realize that Esteban fight was your first fight. So the 12-0. Let's keep it real. He beat you up a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Why?
yeah. I feel like he gave me,
How are you 12-0?
yeah. I feel like he
We
gave
got to
like.
hear about
To be
that.
honest, they told me straight up. Scarface told me straight up. He was like, "I know you're not gonna be Bestaban, but just do what you could do. Straight up, do what you could do."
That's legit.
And
That's legit. Okay.
impress. And that's what it was. I went out there and I tried to impress. But I just knew for a fact I wasn't going to go in there and gun it down and bang out with
Hmm.
him like that. Mm-mm. That's how you get knocked out by that
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. He was. So I did note. I did notice you were very, let's say, respectful. You
Hell
kept
yeah.
your distance in that motherfucker
You
real quick,
understand?
bro.
He a beast.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him.
I was
Yeah,
timid
he
of
is.
him. I was timid of
He's
him.
nice, bro. He's
And then
real
the
nice with the hands.
shoes I had on sucked ass. I had my cleats in the bag, but I didn't even put them on before the
Hmm.
fight. So but it was a great fight. It was a great experience, man, and I'm glad it was Bestaban, man. I'm glad it was
Yeah.
Bestaban for my first one.
That's legit, man. That's legit. Was he? That was a year ago, so he was already kind of a big name in there, huh?
Yeah, he was already in there. I
Okay.
read like
Yeah.
once they mentioned his name, I already knew who he was.
What?
Like,
What month was that? When was that?
oh shit, that was like
October, November-ish?
October or so. Yeah,
October, so
give or take.
we, bro, we got into Street Beefs around the same time. My first
Yeah.
Street Beefs fight was in November of last
Okay.
year. Not last year, but the year before that, a year ago and some change. Yeah, okay. So who was your second fight? I got who do we got?
Actually,
So
Dragon.
I had who Apache Dragon? When
Yeah,
was Knuckles? Because I got Knuckles being loaded up a while back too. I thought that was the
that was
first
my
one.
third fight.
Your third fight, okay. Okay, I can only go by like when they upload them, so it's kind of
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
to tell. So Apache Dragon was your second fight.
Yes, yes,
Okay, I noticed. I got my notes right here. I'm reading and shit like that. I noticed your defense looked a lot better in that one than it did against
yeah.
Esteban. Yep.
By this time, this was literally like a month later, a
Mhm.
month and a half later, not even, and I was already training with the squad. I mean, I was in there getting beat up.
Who's a part of that squad?
Oh man, at the time it was Bestaban, it was Iraqi Assassin, it was Scarface, it was King Leo, it was Prodigal Son, it was
Okay,
Wolverine. I mean,
got some
all the
names in
top
there. Got some
goons,
names.
Challenge
Yeah, yeah.
Accepted, everybody was in there beating ass on me. Like they were beating me down.
Yeah.
Like, so it was a hell of a learning experience. So, but at the end of the day, they told me, they was like, yo, if nobody's coming at you with this skill level, it's gonna be hard for anybody to stop you.
No,
Shout out to King Leo, man. King Leo put in a lot of work on me, man. King Leo put in a lot.
Hey, if anybody don't know what that means, that's code for King Leo beat the shit out of him a lot in training. That's what that means. But motherfucker put working on you. Absolutely. Yep. Let's see. Sunshine just said a lot of the old demon boys.
The old demon boys, yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Demon boys that was putting in that work. So yeah. I mean, even
what's up,
even
Bricks?
down to the little kids, man. I mean, I even had the little kids whooping on me. I mean, some of them little kids throwing bombs.
I'm not even mad at that. I remember my first, about 10 years ago when I was training in Muay Thai, there was a kid named Richard. Just a young kid, man. I was like 30 years old at the time, 28, 29, something like that. And this kid, he's 17 years old, would just come in and beat the shit out of me on a regular basis. Like, and he started training around the same time as I did. He just caught on a lot quicker, and he was fucking me up. So, yeah, little kids, man, it don't matter their age. They they fucking people up. Yep. So let's talk about one more fight right now, and we'll move on to a couple other things. Your fourth fight, sorry, or no, third fight was Knuckles. You said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. A big difference I saw in the Knuckles fight is you came out with intentions. You came out trying to hurt people in that third fight.
Yeah.
It was it was impressive to see that change in those fights. Tell me what the difference was from the time you fought Esteban to the time you fought what was his name, Knuckles?
Yeah.
To the time you fought Knuckles. The training, what kind of, like, what's the mentality that you first step in there, you fight somebody as good as Esteban, you literally are like, what the fuck did I get myself into? To the time you fight somebody, you know, to your third or fourth fight, like Knuckles.
Well, the skill level was totally different. First off, like you can't compare the two fighters. Esteban is just way more dominant than them. So, like I said, going back to the training, if whoever I was coming up against, I looked at it like, if they're not on these guys' skill level, I'm really not gonna have a hard time with them.
But you're aware, I feel that.
My frame of it. If they're not on these guys' level where they're beating me down, putting me like on my ass, slumping me, whatever the case may be, they're not gonna stand a chance. I'm not saying I'm invincible, but I'm dealing with some real monsters in training.
Okay. Yeah.
So by my third fight, I was already dealing with everybody from the whole squad. I was dealing with a lot of one-on-one time with King Leo, and actually before that fight, I made it to the gym, which my gym neutral corner at the time from where I was living was an hour and a half. So it was a 3-hour ride there and back just to go.
Just to get a couple hours of training in, huh?
Yeah.
That's dedication.
So when I went in there, I made sure I went in there to learn and get my ass beat, do whatever I got to do to get to where I got to get to. And with King Leo, man, there was a lot of training one-on-one with him, and he was monster with me, man. And I give out a lot of shout out and love to King Leo for that work right there. So by the time I went in the
shout out King Leo, man, for training the up and comers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
and his training wasn't. I mean, I wanted to puke sometimes in them rings, like.
We've all just been
like,
there.
Oh, hold on, and he's like, "No, keep your hands up." Still hitting me. Like I want to throw up. I'm like, "Oh my god."
Hey, it's motherfuckers like that push you hard, man. It really is. Like we've all been in that situation where we want to throw up, and somebody just keeps beating the shit out of us.
Yeah, man.
Hey, quick question.
I mean, so by the time I came,
what's that about?
Yeah, go ahead.
Been steady working on that beef fight, so hopefully he does it. Who you trying to beef fight, bro?
Oh, there's a couple beef fights that I have, but one of them I don't think he's gonna show. But the other one is Southpaw. This guy named Southpaw, TikTok Southpaw.
Yeah.
He's like a troll and shit. that, man.
Okay. So
He's
just
like a boxing guru. He knows his shit, I
Mm.
guess, and he
Yeah.
just like talk shit about people, talk shit about my boy Canelo Alvarez. So, I mean, one of those. And then I hear like even
Bro,
with
you really
very,
taking beef
very,
fights on?
yeah, I guess he's trying to do it.
That's so dope.
Hopefully he can get a fight with him, so then he's now the next big thing or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. But it's like, matter of fact, Esteban sparred him when they went over there to the West Coast for their first BLK Prime. Look it up. Is Esteban versus Southpaw.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that
So
down.
yeah, he's a little loudmouth, whatever. I want to humble him. I seen a couple of his YouTube videos, and he had disrespected. He was sparring somebody that was clearly under his skill level, like, but like he embarrassed him and tried to little him and shit like that. Feel me? So it kind of pissed me off, and I was like, I want him to test me, like.
I feel that. Let's fast forward a little bit. Let's see who. Let's see. Okay, my real name is Steven. Now, I watched that fight too, and that man fought 3 times that day, didn't
he? Yeah, man.
You gotta give him his props right there, man. Because he fought 3 losses. He got his ass whooped 3 times that day.
Yeah, man.
Tell me about that day, because I watched his fight with Bad News a couple times because I fought Bad News, so I was doing my little bit of research.
Yeah.
And I watched that fight and I was like, he's like, my real name is Steven was throwing hands at Bad News and touching him, and I was like, oh, he must be able to be hit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then I watched his other fights and he wasn't getting hit much. So Bad News be letting people hit him sometimes just to prove a point.
I believe Bad News was just filling them out and playing around with him because, like, Bad News could have destroyed this dude easily. But
I gotta agree.
Get lined up for somebody 175, and I think he was like 168. Excuse me, or so. And we both couldn't find a matchup that day, so I thought I was just at the event just to be at the event that day.
Out.
He's like, I'll line up with you. So I was like, all right, bet. So we settled it.
Yeah, was that his second fight that day or his first?
No, that's as soon as the event started. We were lined up.
She was his first fight.
So Bad News comes in the picture later in the day, and we're literally like about 8 fights in. Me and this guy, we got about 8 fights, and we're next. And I hear Bad News or Wolverine say, "I need somebody to fight at 175 to fight Bad News." I see Steven walking with his hand up. I'm like, what? So I went up to him after I was like, yo, you gonna fight Bad News? He was like, yeah. I said, listen, after you done with Bad News, we don't have to fight. It's all good. Like, he's a beast. Like, he was like, no, we're still gonna fight. We're still gonna fight.
Bro,
like,
you gotta give it to that man, bro.
Sure,
you gotta give it to that man. Yeah, he's an animal. He come out there in his kung fu outfit too. I was like, who the fuck is this dude?
So when he said
did his thing,
motherfucker, no, son, you gotta watch.
Yeah, right. He's just lining up 3 or 4 fights in a day. You gotta know some shit.
And when he went in with Bad News, he was like a little bit like crazy with it. So and then he started taunting Bad News. So I'm like, oh man, this dude about to get knocked out. So I see just Bad News just tapping him up, like just playing with him. Mm-hmm. He was just playing with him, and but he beat him up a little bit. He beat him up. So after the event, after his fight, I was like, hey, I went into the dude that was his name is Dan Beckett. Shout out Dan Beckett. He actually does all the lineups and everything. I'm like, yo, this guy Steven still want to fight me, bro. So Dan was like, sit your ass here. I want to watch you before you even go in there. So they actually watched, made sure he was good before he.
They at least kept an eye on him. Okay.
Yeah. So
Because out here on the West Coast, we saw that shit. We're like, this dude just got leveled 3 times. Like, but at least they didn't just throw him away and be like, hey,
no.
Luck. You know, they
gave him
kept an eye
that
on
break.
Okay.
And I even went up to him. I was like, yo, you sure you want to do this? He was like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. Okay. So we went in, and I don't know you once we get in that ring. I don't care what we talked about.
When we I feel that.
I know you until it's over, then we could be civil again. So it turned out bad on his side. So first round knockout. So, but I give it to him. He had heart. He even had picked up. I left that night and I saw he picked up another fight. I'm like, this dude's a monster, yo.
Animal, bro. Like, I'm not doing it. So I can win a fight and not even want to fight again.
Man. You got the heart. Just need some training. So, but man, he caught a mean one though. But that was actually my first person that was actually around my weight class. Everybody else has been fucking monsters. Like giants.
What do you weigh? What do you weigh when you first started?
When I first started, I came in at 225.
Woo! And what are you sitting at right now?
1 year broke it down to 175.
It's impressive, my man. That's impressive.
Going hard. I mean, every other
absolutely.
Or if not at home self training, like just going hard.
How did you find out about Sreetbeefs? Like, what prompted you to get into Sreetbeefs?
I actually been a fan. I've been a fan for years. I mean, I've been a fan when the Olympian was like 19 years old, like, and he had his very height. Like I said, like back then, and one day, like when I moved to Virginia, I was watching the Sreetbeefs, and I hear Wolverine say something about we out here in Virginia. So I was like, what? So I searched up.
Oh, you even know, huh? Okay.
No, I didn't know I was that close. So I searched them up and I was like, oh, I'm out there. I ordered me a punching bag and I started going to work.
Just jumped in it, huh? Yeah, that's fucking dope.
Got right into it. Did not hold back.
Okay. So let's look at your first fight again against Esteban. When you go to get in that ring, okay, everybody has their traditions or their, what they do, their little approach to what they do to get in the ring. Some of us listen to music, some people just chop it up and they don't care. They just jump in the ring and do their thing. But everybody's got their little things that they do, their little niche areas that they do it in. What do you do before you get in that ring the first time, and has it changed to now? Like, how do you approach, like, what do you do to prepare the 20 minutes before you're about to step in that cage?
Oh, I just, I completely like zone out. I completely zone out. I'm a big believer. I'm not much into religion, but I'm a big believer in like ancestries looking over us and whatnot. So I just focus and I pray to my ancestors, and I just ask them for that guidance, for that strength, for that extra oomph, and just to watch me, and I just zone out and I just mentally prepare myself. By this time, I definitely don't have no butterflies. I try to remove all butterflies a week before a fight. So when I go in there, I'm totally calm. But this event with Esteban, it was actually my very first event, so I didn't have the time to remove all my butterflies and all that. I didn't know what the hell I'm getting into. So it's like, not only this your first time on TV or YouTube and everybody's gonna watch you fight, but they're putting you up against the best. So it's like shit, like what type of emotions was going through me. So it was crazy. But like after then, I learned how to control myself, remove all them butterflies, and just focus on what you gotta do, and just go out there and hit hard. That's it. Go out there and hit hard and stay covered up as much as possible. Nobody's invincible. We all get hit. So
I think so. And are you strictly boxing, or do you practice in any other martial arts?
I tried. Everybody tried talking me into, you should fucking do MMA. You'll do great. So all right, fuck it. Let's do this. Let's train. So I went the first time I went to go train. I'm training with Iraqi Assassin, and I feel comfortable and throw a front.
That boy,
He's a monster, man.
absolutely, bro.
He done kicked me in my head. He done all types of shit.
Bro, you get in line. That motherfucker kicked a lot of people in the head at this point.
So I threw a front kick at him, and he picked up his shin and blocked it, and my big toe went right into his shin like that and broke. And it hasn't been right to this day, and that was like over a year ago.
So Iraqi Assassin broke your toe with his shin bone. Ain't that a motherfucker?
So I said, fuck that. I'm not an MMA fighter. I stick to the hits. The MMA fighters, I salute y'all. Y'all a different breed, man.
They really are, bro. That MMA training ain't no fucking joke. So, we gonna fast forward a little bit. Who was your most recent fight? Was that Cheese?
Yeah, my latest fight was with Cheese.
Your latest fight with Cheese. Okay, let's talk about that one. You talked about how you how that first couple fights was a little hard to get rid of those butterflies. This last fight with Cheese, butterflies, the anxiety that comes with about to jump in the cage. You say you deal with that a week before. What do you do? How do you alleviate that?
Yo, honestly, I let it flow through me. Those butterflies where a lot of people try to hold it back, and I let it go through me, and to a point where I'm just by myself thinking about my fight coming, and I let the butterflies loose, and it's to a point where I'm literally like my legs are shaking, like in like anticipation, and like I'm just like, and I'm uncontrollable. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to fight, and I just start shaking, and I just let it flow through, man. Just let it all out. Just let all that shit out. And the week of fighting is just shadow boxing and getting ready, thinking about my opponent. That's it, nothing else. So by the time I come in that ring, there's nothing keeping me back. There's no emotions keeping me back. Like I said, I don't know you once we get in that ring. I respect you as a person and everything. Afterwards, we talk and stuff, but in that ring, you're not fighting me as a person, you're fighting me as a monster.
No, I feel that. It's. I think that's the biggest thing that most of us wrestle with is that anxiety, those butterflies, even if you look at your opponent and go, I'm gonna fucking starch this dude, you still get that adrenaline constantly just chirping away at you for the, I mean, sometimes it's a month beforehand for me. The moment I sign up, I lay in bed and go, what the fuck did I just get myself into?
What you sign up for?
So personal life, let's jump back into that a little bit. Are you married? You said you have kids. How old are your kids, and are you married? What do you got right there?
I got 3 kids right now. My oldest, she's 19. My second is 15. Yeah,
How old are you, bro? How old are you? Or did you just start when you were like 15?
40 right now.
40. You have a 19-year-old. Okay. The math checks out close enough.
Yeah.
Math checks out. Yeah.
My youngest, my boy, he's 6 years old. So
so you just spaced them out real deep, huh?
Yeah. So
get done and start over.
I'm all set. I got my boy, so I'm happy.
Yeah, that's dope. Do your children? You said the oldest is a girl, 19, and then the second oldest 15. Is 15. That's a girl as well.
Yes.
And then a boy is 6. You said, right?
6. Yes.
Okay, so let's see. Do any of them train? Like the 19-year-old, the 6-year-old? No. Okay. How do they all feel? How do they talk to you about your fighting?
His little punches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe when he's get a little bit older.
Okay. How do they feel about you fighting? Do they ever come watch you fight? Do they talk to you about it?
They see my fights. My daughter, my oldest one especially, my second one, she watches them, but she's not into like every time. But what else, Zaytover?
What up, Zaytover? He's cool as shit, man. I like him.
She'll respond. She'll say, "What's up?" and this and that. Yeah, good job. I mean, so it's just. I made Wall of Fame. Honestly, it was just to come in there and just do what I gotta do,
Whoa, you are in the Wall of Fame.
Yes, 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 yes.
That's impressive, man. You've been here for a
Yeah,
year and you're
that
in the
was
Wall of
my
Fame
goal.
already. That's
My goal.
fucking impressive, bro.
I saw that Wall of Fame. I said, I gotta get up there.
Yeah. No, that's 12 fights in what, 14 months tops? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, it was literally 12 fights in 12 months. I literally did a fight a month. Fight a month.
Yeah. That's fucking
Yes.
dope, man. That's well done. So they support you in your fighting. Did you say you're married?
No, I have a girlfriend.
You
Have
have
a
a girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Okay. Just one? Don't
Just
answer
one.
that. I'm just going
So,
get that
yeah,
ass in trouble right now, bro.
just
Get that
one.
ass in
Keep it.
trouble. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm not mad at that.
That was all
No,
good.
that's dope. So, back to Street Beefs a little bit. Some of us have a Street Beefs nemesis. We just have this one guy in our division that either we fought and it didn't go our way, we want to fight again. We beat, he wants to fight again. A dude that's just always shit talking, but it
Mhm.
might even be playful, it might be malicious, it might be just comedic in nature, whatever. But a lot of us have that one nemesis. Do you have a Street Beefs nemesis? A dude that just knows that y'all gotta just if you see each other, you jumping into caves together.
I wouldn't say much of a nemesis, really,
Mm-hmm.
but there is a
I see that smile on
of
your
a
face.
chat. Everybody know who it is. Everybody in the
Okay.
chat. 1, 2, 3. Say it in the chats who it is. Like everybody knows who it is. So yeah, it's not really much of a nemesis. I mean, me and Jeannie. I mean, it's much love, much respect. Everybody know what time it
Yeah,
is. Feel me?
yeah.
Much love, much respect. Me and him actually started on the same day. We went to the first mixer together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was never no beef between me and him. And actually, when we lined ourselves up, we were in
Yeah,
the
let's
ring.
talk about that fight.
Yeah. So we were actually in the ring, and we were seeing that Wolverine was having a hard time lining up with everybody. Either they were in the same weight, or they were out of weight, or they were out of
Mm-hmm.
skill level. So Genie looks over to me. He's like, "What up, man? Is you want to line up?" I said, "Fuck it, let's do it."
Yeah.
So we was like, "Yo, Wolverine, we're gonna line up." He was like, "If y'all with it, y'all with it." So we went and lined up. So yeah, we come in, we doing our thing. It was good. It was good. From my perspective, we went in, we were touching each other up. It was going real, real good. Fast forward to basically me and him, where he caught me with my hands down. There
Mm-hmm.
was one point I was throwing my hooks, and I saw that he was like, and his dreads was to the side, feel me? So there was a couple times I hit his dreads, and it really didn't do shit. So I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So, but his hands was down. So like after I threw them, I covered up and I went down. But then I saw he reacted when I went down a slight bit. I couldn't get them motherfuckers up on time, and boom,
Yeah.
caught me with that shit. And then he came forward with another one, boom, put me on my ass. Let me tell you this, because everybody talks a lot of shit about that fight. I want everybody to look me in my eyes. That has been the first time I ever been dropped in my life. So for anybody that want to fight me because they think they could do that, you have to be better than Genie. So say to yourself, are you better than Genie? And then if you are, just know that Genie gave up in that fight for a reason. And it wasn't because he didn't want to keep beating me up.
That's my next question. What happened there? Like, how did that play out?
Well, there was a little words between me and him after the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I was by my car actually smoking a blunt, watching the live feed actually.
As one does.
And,
yeah.
Yeah, and so Genie comes up to me. He's like, he's sweating like a motherfucker. I'm good, like, so I'm like, here. He's like, yo, man, I'm out of here. Fuck, my ribs. I feel sore. I'm like, hit this blunt, whatever, relax. So he went to take couple of hits. He's like, I can't even hit this shit. I'm like, yo, go sit down, go relax. He's like, I'm going to the hospital. So I'm like, be easy, whatever. So fast forward, I'm in the hotel, whatever, relaxing. I get a text. He's like, yo, I did go to the hospital. They said I had bruised ribs, whatever the case may be. You had hard as a motherfucker. I was like, punch the other. It's all good. Yeah. So that was where it was a little bit of a toss-up of like confusion with everybody not knowing actually what happened, because he never clarified it on his end. So it was like a mystery. But like I said, there's no excuses. He caught me. He put me on my ass. I salute him for that. If there is a rematch, I'm down for it, whatever. I'm going to keep my fucking hands up this time.
Probably a good idea. Yeah,
there's no nemesis or nothing, no real beef between me and him at all. And that's my soldier. That's my dude right there, man. And we even still talk to this day, like, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that fight right there, that was a real good one.
It's odd how you can make lasting friendships after you fight a motherfucker, man. That's the coolest thing about this entire group. I love it. Like me and Silas, me and Jet, man, we cool as shit. Yeah. So, and we might have just heard the answer to this next question. However, you 12 fights. Who's hit the hardest?
Shit. You know, honestly, yo, I've been tagged a lot in sparring more than in an actual fight. I'm not gonna give my secrets away, but I would definitely have to give it. I mean, other than sparring, I would have to give it to Genie. Like I said, he put me on my eyes. Yeah. I mean, I've been hit in street fights where I didn't even know I was going to fight, and a dude would sucker punch me, and my head would hit the metal barrier between the door jams, like, and I would still turn around and bang out. So it's like, I've got a real hard head. My mom blessed me with that one. So like, I would have to say Genie. But even when Genie hit me, it wasn't I didn't feel any pain. It was just like, oh shit, like it stunned the fuck out of me. Like,
nah, I feel that.
And
did you see stars? Did you get the little stars you see?
Oh, honestly, I didn't. It was like a pause. Like, it was like a quick. The jab didn't really touch me. It was that whoop, and it was like, oh shit, and then oh shit, he's still coming at me.
That's a fucking wrap after that. Huh?
Not a bit type shit, feel me? So it's like,
yeah.
But as far as pain, I really don't feel pain. I feel the impact of the hit, but I really don't feel the pain until like after I'm in the bed. I'm like, oh shit.
No, you're like, ah, shit hurt. Yeah. Bro, I feel that.
Me and let me know I'm still whole. So
yeah. I feel that. So I got a couple more questions and we're gonna wrap it up, my man, unless there's anything else you want. But street beefs, fighting, combat sports as a whole. Is it a hobby? You trying to go somewhere with it? Do you have a strict goal in street beefs, a number of fights that you want to see, that you want to have?
I thought about that, and I've gotten a lot of shout out Jerry Jones. He's a professional boxer out here. I don't know if you ever get a chance. He actually fought Ray Mercer.
I've heard that.
Tips as well. I found him. He trained me a little bit, and so a lot of people wanted me to go pro. Jerry Jones, especially, he was telling me, "Yo, you got a time limit. And
you damn sure do.
Basically, like 40 years old. So I asked Coach Anthony. I don't know if you guys know him, Coach Anthony on YouTube, if I'm too old, and he's basically like, for your age, yes, because of the simple fact that no promoter wants to get a 40-year-old and put him pro, unless you got something that you're really you got a niche you can operate. You can fill them seats, they want you. If you can't fill them seats, if you know regular whatever, they don't want no 40-year-old. I've tried to search around to see. I mean, I could do like I think it's called like the the tough man or the something like iron for the OGs
Yeah, yeah.
I think I could do that. But I'm here with Street Beefs, man. I'm here with Street Beefs. I'm gonna keep rocking out. I'm 40
You gonna
years
keep fighting until you can't
great.
fight no more?
Exactly, man. I'm gonna be the
I feel
next
that.
El Diablo out here, yo, for real.
Yeah. Or
So,
we got a really, really, I mean, just an
yeah, you
antique
guys,
old motherfucker on our side. His
yeah, we
name's W.A. Wade
WA.
Adams. Old as
Monster,
fuck.
salute that man right there, yo.
Yeah,
Real.
yeah, yeah.
He's
Exactly. Like
my inspiration for
mhm.
real.
Yeah, he old as shit. He got like Jesus's beeper number and shit. Like he's old, bro. But
Yeah,
okay. This is a two-part question. Who in Street Beefs do you really, really want to fight? These are the last two questions, so take all the time you need to think about them. Who in Street Beefs do you really want to get a match with?
damn, this about to start some shit right here, yo.
Yes, the fuck it is.
All right. So
That's what I'm trying to do.
I got a couple people in sight. Okay. First off, I feel comfortable with fighting 20 pounds out of my range. I'm used to fighting big boys. Yeah. So I could go up, I could go whatever. But one person I definitely want to fight is Dirty Devil. I would love Dirty Devil.
Bro, I have watched him fight twice now, and I will tell you one thing about Dirty Devil. Besides that, he's just nice with it. He gets very, very focused. But what's so impressive about him is he will fight you at whatever level you fight at. Yeah. Like he just whatever energy you bring to that fight, he just matches it and does what he can to overcome it. You know what I mean? Like if you want to just drop in the middle of that fucking ring and bang out, he's doing it. If you want to step back and box and move and bob and weave, he's doing it. He will match whatever the fuck that you want to do. Yeah. And it's very, very impressive to watch him fight. And he's got as many fights as you do.
And he's a hitter. He hits, man.
Dude, he bangs. One of the best fights I've ever seen was him and Mike 100 out here on the West Coast. And they just mauled each other, bro. Just fucking mauled each other. And it was such an impressive fight.
Dirty Devil, definitely.
Dirty Devil, okay. Sunshine, right there.
She's already in the world.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like, yo, what's up with that fight, man? I saw him walk by in the live feed. Is he fighting? She's like, no, he's not fighting. Relax. We're working on it.
Okay. Now here's the last question. This we're gonna wrap it up with this question. King Madness gets to fight anybody he wants. Okay. And I'm talking anybody that's ever been born, alive, or dead. Who would you like to step in the ring with? Like I said, alive or dead, he's fictional, non-fictional, real life person. Who would you like to step in the ring with? If you could just whip the shit, get a chance to beat the fuck out of anybody.
Well, since we're dealing with Street Beefs, I'm gonna keep it on Street Beefs then.
Okay, that's legit. Yeah.
There's a couple more people I have in sight, but
do it.
I'm aiming for the ballers, man. I'm aiming for the ballers. I don't want no 1-0s, no 0-0s, no 2-0s. I want 6, 3, 5, and up. Like, let's go, big ball.
Okay.
I mean, I gotta give it to him. I think it'll be a good one for this one. You ready for it? Y'all ready?
Fuck, we ready. We waiting. Edge of our seats, bro.
Let's go, El Coyote. Let's go.
Woo! Coyote. Fuck yes. I love it. That's a banger right there.
Big boys, man.
That is a banger right there. Yeah. Coyote. Look at Sunshine. Look at Sunshine. Just send me the fucking list. She'll get you all squared away, bro. All squared the fucking away.
I'm here. I don't care win, lose, draw. I'm fighting, man. Like I said, I respect everybody. I respect the sport. I love Street Beefs. I love everybody in here. But when we get in that ring, just know I'm going to hit you harder than you've been hit by anybody. I guarantee you're going to feel one of these months. Hey, I got the heavy bag right here. This thing is
with the
filled with
duct
things.
tape on that motherfucker.
Look, man, this motherfucker done rip. I can't even hit this shit no more. It is rock hard. That's what I train with. So I'm used to hitting 35 pounds solid. So know that I'm putting in that work for everybody, man. And I expect everybody to be putting in that work because the competition is going to only get better from here. For me, at least. Because I don't know nobody as underdog or nothing like that. Small time. I want all the big fish.
And that's good. That's good.
Way up to 12-0. Everybody was quiet. Nobody heard about madness. I be seeing on the top 5 fighters, top 10 fighters. Madness not mentioned. Okay, it's cool. I'm coming up. Y'all go respect.
I don't know if you noticed, but Madness got the premiere episode of Locked In with Wero. So that's. Definitely. I mean, you definitely got your recognition right here, bro. I see you out there. I see you out there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
doing
good
your thing. Rocking people. Yeah, man. My dude, I appreciate having you on, man. Thanks for joining us, and we definitely gonna keep an eye on your career.
Follow Wero, man. Shout out to Wero. Shout out to Sunshine. Shout out to the whole Street Beef, West Coast, Scrapyard. Everybody doing their thing. Oh, Scrapyard, I'm watching too. Y'all got some hitters over there too.
Oh yeah. Hey, we gonna be representing Scrapyard on the podcast too.
Yo, Scrapyard,
Dirty South, everybody.
Don't sleep on the Scrapyard. They got some bangers over there, man.
I talked to somebody over the weekend. He's gonna be on the podcast too, and he's a beast. Some might even say a lion.
It's definitely gonna be a good one, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me. Much respect,
man, for
everybody. Sure. And like I said, much love to everybody as well.
Yes, sir. You have a good night, homie.
Oh, and by the way, if y'all want to find out how I train, how I work out, or whatever I do, my little hobbies and stuff, paintballing, hydro dipping, go check me out on YouTube at King Madness. All right?
Oh, yes, sir. You have a good night, homeboy.
All right, brother. Much love.
All right, later. That was the first episode, guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in. It's a work in progress. So, like I said, I just want to get in here and chop it up with everybody. I want everybody to learn who some of these fighters are. Like King Madness, cool ass dude. A lot of stuff about him we didn't know that we do know now. So, if you want to be on the show, hit me up. Later.